What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Sweat. So we have a brand new 4-week block. So let's talk about what you're going to see over the next 4 weeks. So the whole idea here is that we progress. And the whole focus of this 4-week block is hypertrophy as well as strength. So what that means is to gain a little bit more muscle mass as well as overall strength when it comes to a load. Now, there's 5 days of programming that I have scheduled for you. However, if you can show up for 5 days, that's amazing. But if you can't, try your best to at least show up for 3. And on those 3 days, I want you to show up on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. Those are your strength-focused days. Now, every Monday, we're going to go for moderate load or medium load with a medium volume. So load means the total amount that you're actually going to be lifting, and volume means how many sets and how many reps you're going to be doing. On a Wednesday, you're going to see high volume, light load. So that means lightweight, but with a lot of reps. And then on a Friday, you're going to see a heavy load with very low volume. So that means you have to challenge yourself on the amount that you're lifting because you'll only have a few reps at a time. Now, every time we meet on a Monday, you're going to see the same movement patterns. However, every week for 4 weeks, the variation of that movement will change. So the first thing you're going to see is some variation of a squat. Then you're going to see some variation of a push, a hinge, a horizontal pulling movement, a lunge, as well as a core movement, which will be focusing on anti-lateral flexion, which means stopping yourself from leaning over. So building that external oblique strength and your trunk strength for stability. Now, when we see these movements, you may not see the same exercise every week, but you're going to see a variation of that. So my goal for you is that you increase in your load as you go over the 4 weeks. Try and lift a little heavier. Maybe you see a suitcase squat on 1 week, maybe you see a goblet squat on another week, maybe you see a sumo squat on another week. It's still hitting the same muscle group and the same targeted area. So if you can, take a little journal with you, take note, comment on the actual workout itself so that you can see what loads you're using and do your best to try and increase that heaviness over the 4 weeks. Another thing that you will be seeing, which is I am giving you, is going to be increasing in volume. So for example, on week 1, maybe you see 3 sets of 8. On week 2, maybe you see 3 sets of 10. So focus on that and check out your progress along the way. This is supposed to be challenging you as you get better every week and really telling you to step up the game, pushing you outside of your comfort zone, but also having a lot of intentional structure behind it. Now, every Wednesday for our strength day, you're going to see a hinge, push, lunge, pull, squat, and some kind of variation of the core movement. Then on a Friday, you're going to see a hinge, push, squat, pull, carry, as well as a core. So maybe that's an overhead carry, maybe that's a farmer's carry, maybe it's a unilateral carry, maybe it's an offset carry with separate loads, but you're going to see different variations to focus in, again, that trunk stability and strength. Now, Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you can show up for 5 days, that's incredible, but that's a bit of a tall ask for a lot of you. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to see metabolic conditioning. Now, metabolic conditioning is something that's going to jack your heart rate up while lifting somewhat of a resistance, which means a load. On Tuesdays, we're going to see the following. For section 1, it's always going to be some variation of an EMOM. Section 2, you're going to have an AMRAP, and section 3 is going to be a ladder. So what do I mean by EMOM? EMOM means every minute on the minute. Week 1, it'll be 6 minutes, 2, 8, 3, 10, 4, 12. So we're going to be increasing in our time, the amount of time that you're going to be working for. Now, metabolic conditioning is a great way for you to improve your cardiovascular endurance performance. So maybe how high you can keep your heart rate for extended periods of time. If you show up for all those 4 weeks, I'm going to increase the period of time every time, so it's going to challenge you even if you just press play. So that's going to be fun. Now, when we come to an AMRAP, that means as many rounds as possible in the time given. And then the third part is a ladder, which means we're going to climb a ladder. Maybe it's 3 different movements or 4 different movements. Round 1 will be 1 rep of each. Then round 2 will be 2 reps of each. And we're going to increase trying to climb that ladder as you go. And I'm going to make them a little bit more difficult for you as you progress through the 4 weeks. Now, every Thursday for 4 weeks, you'll see some form of a metabolic conditioning workout as well. Likely going to see 4 sets of something and something. I love to put some kettlebell movements here, maybe some body weight and some strength. And then last part is going to be 4 rounds for time. It's always going to be different. The exercises that go into all of these templates are always going to be different, so you're never going to repeat a workout, but you're going to be working on something that is similar every time so you can see improvement and progress. Again, the focus of this 4-week block is to gain muscle size as well as strength. I am so excited for you. If you have any questions, throw them in the HEF Tribe Facebook group and we'll do our best to get back to you. Good luck, have fun, and take track and notes of your progress and your weights that you use along the way. I'm so excited for you. Good luck. Pew.